Hello, Dr. Emmy's community. These are your owner operators, Ryan, Mike, Dr. Emmy, and Dr. Martin, talking to you all about supplements. Something I've always wondered is I've always been kind of a skeptic in taking supplements, and now I'm part owner in a supplement company and one who does take them. Is Dr. Martin, were you ever a skeptic in taking supplements?
I'm glad you brought that up. Indeed, I was for many years. First couple of years of my practice, in fact, I challenged a lot of the vendors from the supplement companies that would come to the office, and I found myself challenging my own beliefs about it, even having finished naturopathic school and chiropractic school, where we have an extensive training on nutrition and nutraceuticals. I really believed that our bodies were capable of making everything we needed to make, or breaking down everything we needed to break down in order to provide the body with all the nutrients. And that was a pretty steadfast belief that we didn't really need supplements earlier on in my career.
And Emmy, how do you feel about that?
Well, as a young kid with health problems, my Japanese grandmother would send me different types of supplements to help. But what I appreciated about it was it wasn't always like supplements. It was like drinks or gummies or something different, which that was kind of what sparked me wanting to get involved and create Dr. Emmy's, is because I didn't want, people get so turned off by taking a ton of supplements. And so that's what turned me on to starting out with the gummies, because people are more likely to, stick to their regimen if it's something that they're not turned off by.
Yeah.
So, Martin, what changed your mind?
Well, good question. Initially, throughout naturopathic school, I was pretty disillusioned with how much people were focused on taking so many different things, and they're all also taking a lot of pharmaceuticals as well. And so it just seemed like too much. I really believed in a simple life science. Minimal effective dose always came back to me. Minimal effective dose. What do we need the minimum of to create the best optimal effect? And after studying Dr. Mark Hyman's work, Dr. David Perlmutter's work over the last few years, well-known doctors in the functional medicine health space, I started believing and understanding the need for supplements, both in my own life and for some of my patients going through injuries. I noticed a huge impact that it made on their overall recovery, including just something as simple as gut health, as far as recovery, time, and ability. So optimizing their nutrition through supplementation was very effective, and started turning around my skepticism and stop being so disillusioned. Though it has to be done correctly, and I still believe in minimal effective dose. We don't want to just throw everything at the patient, but it's specific to their needs and to their situation.
And Emmy, Martin mentioned a little while ago about feeling that they weren't needed, but now they are needed. So, what do you feel in today's diet is lacking? Why do we need supplements to supplement in today's diet?
Unfortunately, our food sources just don't have the amount of nutrients that they used to, due to, the pesticides and herbicides that they use in our foods, and the soil is just so depleted of the nutrients that should be in it. And so unfortunately, we have to resort to supplements to, not unfortunately, but we have to resort to that to find balance in our body for these deficiencies.
So we're getting basically ultra processed foods, and then the fruits and vegetables that we get are picked for the way they look, not for their nutrients. That's kind of what I'm seeing myself.
Yeah, and a lot of times, most of our produce travels over 1,000 miles, and in that time, it loses its nutrient status as it oxidizes. And so, unless you're shopping at a farmer's market every week, you guarantee your food sources aren't as rich as they should be in their nutrients.
Makes sense. What's your opinion on that, Martin?
I agree completely. Yeah. Depletion of nutrients, travel time, all that stuff. Definitely, soil studies have shown massive erosion and eradication of nutrients. So it's very important to actually look at what's going to keep us whole, health, well balanced these days compared to, let's say, 20, 30, 40 years ago, where magnesium was abundant in the soils, and now it's hardly even trace. So that's just one example that, we can look up specific data, but it's something like 10 times less abundant in our soils, something along those lines.
Awesome information. Great reasons to identify what deficiencies we may have or suffer from so that we can supplement those. Thank you for sharing, guys. And we'll continue to do this for our Dr. Emmy's community. Please check us out on your favorite online retailer and see what might work for you, or put in comments on what you might want us to talk about next time. Other than that, we appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.